Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever the hell you are on planet Earth. It is 4:30 in the morning my time on Saturday, August 24th, and I woke up early to talk into this microphone a little bit because last night the Mandalorian trailer was released. I was watching episodes of The Wire, I got a text from my buddy. He said the trailer was out, watched it last night, woke up this morning. Anyway, I apologize for the lack of visuals. I only have about an hour and a half to make anything, so I figured I'd hop on the microphone and talk a little bit. I want to start off by saying something that Jon Favreau said. When he talked to the Hollywood Reporter, he said, "I'm trying to evoke the aesthetic of not just the original trilogy, but the first film. Not just the first film, but the first act of the first film. What was it like on Tatooine? What was going on in that cantina? That has fascinated me since I was a child, and I love the idea of the darker, freakier side of Star Wars, the Mad Max aspect of Star Wars." That's what Jon Favreau said. So to hear that, see the obvious Western influences in the trailer. You guys know me, A New Hope is my favorite Star Wars movie. The first act, exactly what Jon Favreau is saying here, is among some of my favorite Star Wars out of the entire franchise, where you're introduced to this new weird world, and I just can't get enough of it. So I love the fact that he said that. I'm gonna bounce around all over the place in this video. This is not a breakdown video, I'm just gonna give you my first thoughts. I think my favorite shot in the, it's hard to pick one, man, but I think my favorite shot in the entire trailer, and it's simple, and it's not the most exciting, but it's when we see a row of people or creatures frozen in carbonite. It just kind of puts the bounty hunting into perspective, and that the Mandalorian, our main character, our main protagonist, or maybe an anti-hero, has a lot of work under his belt, or a lot of work to do. And that's what the end of this trailer with Werner Herzog, who whenever I hear his voice, I will never not think of Grizzly Man. When he says bounty hunting is a complicated profession, I get the feeling that we are going to be going on jobs alongside the Mandalorian. I think that's what we're going to be doing. I think we're going to be following a bounty hunter. I didn't really think that would be the case. From job to job to job, maybe each episode will be, a different job. I think kind of serializing it like that and would be really fun. I doubt they're going to do that, but I love the concept of each episode being about a different bounty. They're all connected somehow, but different bounties. I doubt. That's just me, my brain going in different places. Highly doubt they're going to do that. Now, I'm sure I'm in the minority when it comes to this opinion. Seems like I always am. It is cool to see IG-88 in there. I get it. I get why people are excited. But for me, a lot of these background bounty hunters are cool because of the mystery about them. IG-88 was always just some kind of background character in Empire Strikes Back, who was one of a few bounty hunters chasing after Han. And hey, I know we saw him in like Shadows of the Empire and some other EU stuff, I get it. But for me, just the concept of IG-88 being in the show doesn't excite me all that much. You guys know me, I always want new characters and stuff like that. I'll reserve judgment until I see the show, but for a character like IG-88, personally, the more we know about him, kind of the less his cool factor goes down, if that makes sense. I like IG-88 when the mechanical bounty hunter is just a mystery. I'm sure I will eat my words when I see the show though, but that's how I feel right now. The first thought when I saw the ship flying, 15 seconds into the trailer over the trees, was how similar it looked like Serenity from Firefly. As soon as I saw that, I was like, Serenity? I think the thing that got me right off the bat with this trailer, though, and it's the thing that got me right off the bat with the Rogue One trailer, despite that being one of my least favorite Star Wars movies, it's kind of what Favreau said earlier on in this video. It's that grit and that grime, that weirdness, that darkness, that dust that lived in an abused world. And more so than I think anything that we've seen so far, this definitely has that feeling. At least thus far in what we've seen in the modern Star Wars films. There are some stunning shots or just badass shots. Close up of a blaster, a little tension, a little standoff there. Here's my predictions. Will you allow me to just run my mouth for a few minutes? Here's my predictions. The Mandalorian comes down to serve a bounty. The Empire is kind of putting its foot down in this town or whatever. They're occupying this town. And the Mandalorian somehow gets involved. He's a warrior with a heart of gold, and he ends up kicking some Imperial ass. I don't know if that's going to be his main mission. I can kind of see something like that happening where he starts off as a bounty hunter, rough and gruff. And as we progress into the show, there's some like rebel fighters fighting against the Empire. Pedro Pascal's character, the Mandalorian, sees some of the atrocities and ends up getting involved. Now that's my pure speculation. But we shall see. It's crazy to me how cinematic TV shows are nowadays. You could have released this trailer as a film trailer, as a movie trailer, and it would impact the same amount. I think so. Shows, TV shows, streaming shows, whatever you want to call them, have become as cinematic as anything in the films, with as deep of narratives and stories. It's just insane to see. I love the fact that we don't hear the Mandalorian's voice in this entire trailer. I kind of have a feeling he's going to be pretty shy with words in the show. A little Clint Eastwood man with no name, which I love. That's exactly what I hope they're going for. And it is what they're going for, now that I remember it. Pedro Pascal said that Jon Favreau wanted him to watch a bunch of Clint Eastwood movies to prepare for his role, so a big thumbs up there. The scene in the cantina where the Mandalorian's standing off with some stormtroopers, and then there's another completely different scene where the Mandalorian is once again in a standoff in the cantina, and it seems like he's fighting some bar patrons. I think that is going to be the vibe of this show. Those two sequences are going to be the vibe of this show. Which I love, by the way. There's a sense of, it just gives you the feeling of being in the cantina in A New Hope, right? A Wild West saloon. A fight ensues, the Mandalorian pulls somebody back, and then I guess that door closes on him and cuts him in half? It's almost like that does happen, but we'll see. Maybe there's some safety measures on those Star Wars hatches. Who knows? But guys, right after this trailer was released, and me and my wife watched it in bed, I looked over at her, I was like, this could be the best thing that's been released since Disney acquired the franchise. And if you guys aren't familiar with kind of what I think about the modern Star Wars movies, really like Force Awakens. I like a lot of The Last Jedi. Didn't really care for Rogue One and Solo. At first I didn't really care for it, but I've seen it about 4 times now, and it's grown on me. It's a fun flick, for sure. It's a fun flick. But The Mandalorian, it kind of looks like something that I've been wanting for a long time. And especially because of what Favreau said, it's like I'm ping-ponging off of his brain. We're on the same frequency here. I think we like the same things about Star Wars. So I dig it. Anyway, I don't know if the trailer music is actually the music from the show. I know a lot of times when trailers are released, there's music made specifically for trailers. So I don't know if the music found in this is going to be in the show or not, but if it is, I really like it. It's heavy on the drums. It has like a kind of a native vibe. It's a little messy at times. And then when the logo is revealed, there's a little bit of a kind of a rhythm and a pace and a little sci-fi feel to it. I like it a lot. Anyway, guys, like I said, I woke up at 4:30 just to be able to record a little bit of first thoughts, initial thoughts. I woke up about 15 minutes ago, immediately made coffee, sat down, just got myself a cup, and I'm sipping on it. Later today, I'll be doing a little stream in the late afternoon, I think. We're going kayaking early in the morning. Probably be out there until like 1 or so, and then I'll shoot for a stream, and maybe we can talk about Mandalorian a little bit. Sound good? Cool. A lot of Star Wars news came out yesterday. A little bit of Obi-Wan Kenobi action. I didn't expect that to get revealed for a very, 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 very long time, if it ever came true at all. But, I'm pleasantly surprised. Anyway, guys, thanks for listening. I will definitely do another longer breakdown, or whatever the hell you want to call it, Mandalorian video within the next couple days. Just wanted to give you guys my first thoughts. Cool? Cool. See ya!